Ladies and gentlemen, you've been with me long enough that I can be honest about how I feel, and I'm going crazy because the last 2 years have been pretty rough on everyone in the daily will they, won't they, World War III breakout drama is driving me nuts, man. Anyway, Biden and Putin spoke on the phone of the threat of Russia invasion into Ukraine looms. Reports have said that it'll happen during the Olympics, which only has like 8 days left. Anyway, they talked on the phone and made zero progress. And they are technically my elders as Planetary Defense Commander. I'm just kind of frustrated that, no country seems to be really handling the pandemic that well. Although, asterisk, I'm sure there's some country out there that's been handling it well that I just don't know about, that I haven't mentioned. There was a big volcano eruption in Colombia at the Nevado del Ruiz. And I don't know if you know this, but volcanoes have been popping off like crazy since 2019, 2021, and now 2020 continues that trend. Heat records continue to be shattered on the West Coast as they're getting anomalous heat. And the heat records aren't just for the West Coast. Apparently, a bunch of temperature records were broken today in New Jersey, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Vermont, whatever ME is. What is it? Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I always recommend avoiding Civil War and World War III. I'm not always sure everybody always listens. They told us that a giant rocket's going to crash into the moon in March, and they said it was a SpaceX rocket. But now they're like, oh, hey, no, we were wrong. Now it's a Chinese giant rocket that's going to crash into the moon after 7 years of chaos. And I once had a dream. I mean, it was a dream because at the time I had a girlfriend in the dream. We were standing up watching the moon, and then something hit the moon, and then the moon just cracked in half and fell. And I don't know, that reminds me of that dream. I don't think the moon's going to crack in half, though, but who knows? It's 2022. We're tracking a big storm that is now 4 to 5 days away. It's probably going to cause some problems, big problems, tornadoes, damaging winds, flooding. And then like a week after that, you got another giant storm coming. Let me show you. So we were talking day 5 and day 6. That's right, day 5 and day 6. On the 17th, the storm is going to look like this. You've got your cold side over here fighting with your hot side over here, which will cause probable instability down here. And so you'll get some heavy precipitation onto this side with some possible snow and icing up at the top. And then it'll all begin to track east. So we get another winter on the top and spring on the bottom, storm with Lord knows what in the middle, meaning ice. And then it went from a 993 millibar pressure to a 984 millibar pressure here, which means seems to be bombogenesing over land. That's not a good sign, yo. And so it'll push out and on and in and upward and east. So it'll move out on Nova Scotia and the Canada and the Newfoundland around Friday and Saturday. And then we're looking at a possible nor'easter around the 22nd. And then a big nasty spring rainstorm would start around the 23rd. And if that were to verify, that would be a big flood problem right there. You see that? That would be a big floody problem. Especially since it would be tracking over where the 17th, 18th, 19th storm was. You know what I'm saying? And it would also have bomb out on the top factors to it. All right, I'll let you watch it in real time. Okay, so this is the 14th. Happy Valentine's Day. And then you got the storm moving up on the 17th. Notice that'll have severe weather factors to it. Moves out around the 19th. And then you get that nor'easter type thingy moving up. But it looks like mostly rain on the 22nd, then the 23rd, 24th, 25th. Boom. That would be a big nasty storm. Like me, the sun's been going crazy. Although the sun does not seem to be depressed and having moments of hopelessness. But, it's Dark Winter 2022. I knew that it was going to be rough, but when I tell myself that, somehow it's not helping today. I don't know, but I thank you guys for being with me through thick and thin and through everything. We've had a couple of solar flares, M-class down here, and then 2 C-class flares that followed. And you can see on the edge down here, the sun is just getting super crazy with it as they turn off and turn away. And remember, when the sun acts weird, Earth weather acts weird, and people lose their minds. Sometimes I lose my mind to the happy side, and sometimes I lose my mind to the, oh my God, it feels like the whole world is going to end. Because everybody's negative all the time. And I don't know, man. Nobody wants to work together. Except for Asteroid Fight Club. We are awesome all the time. Is that not right? That is right. All right. Hope you're having a good weekend. Man, I usually cheer up when I talk to you. This must be bad. Boom. But yeah. I don't know. The idea of like ending a pandemic with an invasion just seems dumb. But then, 20 years ago, almost, we were invading Iraq for shit they didn't do. So it's just a crazy world. Man, usually geomagnetic conditions are more fun than this. My gut still tells me they're not going to invade Ukraine, but I'm not always right. David Larder showing us the 10-day forecast in Kyiv. It looks like it's going to be raining all the way through the Olympics. Yeah, so it turns out that a rocket on course to strike the moon in March is not a Falcon 9 stage rocket. Astronomers now believe it is highly probable that the impact object comes from a Chinese rocket launched in 2014. Honest mistake. But yeah, this just emphasizes the problem with lack of proper tracking of these deep space objects. So you got the countries not working together as a team, and then you got like corporate space not working together as a team, and it's a weird time to be alive. But it's definitely, we live in the most interesting times possible. And we know that war is bad for people, but really good for stock markets and oil prices. How it would affect crypto? I have no idea. Bitcoin is at the same price it was 2 hours ago, but with half the market buy orders. Happy birthday to Terra Strong. But so the weather's going to get kind of weird from the 3 to 10 day range. Talking high winds, heavy precipitation, much below normal temperatures up here. High winds, heavy rain, severe weather, hotter than normal temperatures over here. Much below normal temperatures and high winds in Alaska. Being depressed feels weird in general. As Planetary Defense Commanders, I feel like something I should not do. And B, when you guys have been being so excellent and awesome to me, it feels like I'm not being grateful, but I'm totally grateful. But I think you also know that the world is kind of a weird, unstable place right now. And this is not the happiest time on Earth. But we'll get through it, right? All right, you be the optimist for me today. And then hopefully I'll snap out of the funk. I thought I snapped out of it last night, but then I woke up and I was like, oh man, it's back. But hey, cooler weather's coming to California. A strong southward dip in the jet stream and an associated jet stream storm will drag much colder air southward and not only mark and end the record warmth in California, but result in temperatures that quickly trend to average or even below average. So there you go. It's going to get cooler in California. And hey, thank God we've got the best artist in the world in the NFT space. This sold for $23 million or 8,000 Ether. Look at that. It's like the Michelangelo of our times. That's it. Is that a whale on his head? Why is he wearing a whale for a hat? These are strange days. But Marin's saying, hey, I'm glad there's no money laundering in the NFT space. And a report came out basically saying that like 80% of all the NFTs that are being sold on the platforms like OpenSea were actually stolen or right-click JPEG'd from the actual artists and then sold by people who are not the artists. And Jen Bartel is an excellent artist. And she's not a big fan of NFTs because people always steal her work and then sell it for money. And that because, the open markets are pretty much damn near anonymous, have no regulation. It's like the actual artists are getting totally ripped off. All right, I'll try and snap out of it. The U.S. Defense Secretary has ordered temporal removal of 150 U.S. military trainers from Ukraine. It's hard to keep track, but the last count there were 250 to 400 trainers in Ukraine. People training the U.S. trainers training the Ukraine military. So we live in crazy times. Hey, if you want to be optimistic, leave optimistic comments for me in the comments. That would be great. You guys are fantastic. I love you guys. Everybody stay cool, and I will talk to y'all in the future. Maybe I'll be in a better mood. Maybe it'll be in a worse mood. Maybe I'll be somewhere in between. I hope you are having a great weekend, and you have a wonderful Super Bowl Sunday. Oh, yeah, Valentine's Day. What a downer. All right, great. God bless everyone. Stay cool.